What's up guys, Cliff with Import Face Off here. Hope you're having a great day today. On today's video, I'm going to tell you all some of the crazy things that have happened at Import Face Off throughout the years. These are fun stories, crazy stories, interesting stories, a lot of behind the scenes stories, and some comeback stories. For those who don't know, we've actually been doing these shows since 2001. Our 500th event is coming up next month, so you name it, we've seen it. It happens. It comes with the territory. That's event planning. Event planning is actually one of the most stressful jobs in the world. If you Google it, it's in the top 5 most stressful professions. And we hate it, but we also love it. That's why we host 40 plus events a year. We're in a different city pretty much every non-holiday weekend out of the year. Check our schedule, importfaceoff.net. We probably host an event somewhere close to you. Come to the events. They're a lot of fun. Drag racing, car show, two-step competition, low car limbo, DJ, models, burnout contests. We do it all. And because we do it all, things happen, crazy things happen. I guess I'll start out this video with some comeback stories. Drag racing is probably our main attraction at our events. We have drag racing at all of them. It's quarter-mile drag racing. And the cars these days, they're just so powerful. They're so fast. I mean, you got cars trapping 120, 130 miles per hour plus on the quarter mile straight off the showroom floor. I mean, bone stock cars. Now, a lot of the cars that come to our events, or most of them, they're not stock. They're going to be highly modified. We've got OEM framed cars going on the drag strip at 170 plus miles per hour. And you know, it comes with the territory. It's dangerous. It's risky. These racers, they know the risks. They know what they're getting involved with. And crashes, unfortunately, they happen. Now, I want to keep this video positive. I want to keep it fun. I'm not going to talk too much about crashes. Crashes are sad. People can get hurt. Cars get destroyed. But there are some pretty cool comeback stories that go along with some of these crashes. Our California event a couple years ago, Danny Carino, or Danny C, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. He actually crashed his Civic, had a parachute failure at 186 miles per hour, crashed a car back into the sand pit, thought he was done for the day. To our surprise, he actually started working on the car. He came back and ended up hitting a personal best later on that day. Seen Eric Jarvis, S2000, he crashed at our Ohio event a couple years ago. Comes back the next year, car's fixed, and he's going down the drag strip. Now, this is probably the craziest comeback story. I've never talked about this on the internet, on film, or anything, but I'm going for it. It might seem kind of sad at first, but I think it's a great comeback story. This happened in 2015, maybe 2016, at our New York event. Had a guy in the pits revving up on his motor. It was a rotary car. He was revving up on it all morning. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was showing off or working on the car, trying to tune it. I don't know. Anyway, the motor let go. It blew up, and I'll never forget the call that I heard over the radio. Security screaming on the radio, "Call in air rescue, call in air rescue. There's been an amputation." An amputation? Yes, unfortunately, when the motor blew up, it injured 3, maybe 4 people, and one of the guys, I think, was actually standing over the motor. So it actually blew his arm off from the elbow down. Poor guy, he never lost consciousness from what I saw. He's walking around the pits, he'd sit down, he'd stand up, he'd sit down. He was in shock, of course, waiting for emergency services to get there. Me as the promoter, I thought I could take charge of the situation. I'm actually a medical technologist. I ran over there, but oh my God, it was a mess. I had to turn away. I had lit emergency services take over. The guy, he survived, he recovered. But the crazy thing is, 3 months later, at another Import Face-Off event in Epping, New Hampshire, about 3-4 hours away from that track in New York, guess who shows up with the same car, pushing it to the line with one arm and a big smile on his face? That guy. I couldn't believe it. Man, it just shows the true dedication and passion that some of these racers have for the sport. It's incredible. I still can't believe it. I don't know about you, but if I lose a pinky, I'm done with the sport. No, this guy, I see him all the time at our events. And sir, if you're watching this video, I apologize for not introducing myself to you. I'll be honest. I feel kind of uncomfortable when I think about what happened, but I'm so glad to see you out there living life. And every time I see you, you just have the biggest smile on your face at the drag strip. It's almost like the drag strip is your home. So props to you, sir, for persevering, coming back, living life, and enjoying the sport to this day. So yeah, that's our crazy comeback story as far as drag racing. As far as the car show portion of the event, not too much really translates well on film for the car show. I mean, it's just cars on display. But we do get some behind the scenes drama that I'd like to talk about and kind of vent about. This is upset car show contestants, sore losers, I'll just call them. They're upset that they lost, so they come complaining to us. And the worst was probably our 2006 San Antonio event. I had a guy come up to me after the award ceremony with his mom. He was just furious that he lost. He was looking to win. Of course, I explained it to him, you know, judging, it's opinion-based. The judges didn't think that you won. Sorry, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Well, he wanted a refund. He wanted his money back, and I told him, you know, you're not getting your money back. You got what you paid for. You paid to be judged. You were eligible for trophies and prizes. You lost. Too bad, too sad. Sorry. He looks at me and he says, you know what? You're going to hear from my lawyer. This is a $25 car show entry fee. The guy's threatened to sue me. Guys, if you lose, again, please bow out gracefully. Don't ever threaten us. If you do, you're going to end up like that guy. He's forever banned from the series. Again, bow out gracefully. Other things that happen at Import Face-Off, we always have a two-step competition. Those are always entertaining. Actually, our last event, we had a bit of a situation. One of the radiator hoses popped off on a car. It kind of erupted. There was an eruption there, hot water everywhere. Hector, No LG, aka Hector, he almost got kind of burned with that. It was kind of crazy. One year at our Chandler, Arizona event, we had a car. Apparently, he didn't pull up his e-brake far enough, and the car lunged forward when he was hitting the two-step. Guys, don't crowd around the cars during the two-step. Please stay back. We watch it and try to maintain distance as much as possible, but sometimes the crowd is just overwhelming, and we're busy filming, we're busy hosting. Anyway, this guy at our Chandler event, he got ran over a little bit. His leg got injured. I think he had to go to the hospital. Guys, please stay away from the cars during the two-step. Burnout contest. That's another activity at Import Face-Off. Those are always fun. It's not a party without some form of destruction. Of course, tires get popped all the time and tread goes flying off. One of the craziest things was at our Baytown event, guy kind of caught on fire. Big ball of fire from his motorcycle. One of the scariest moments, or it could have been crazy, well, it scared me just to think about it. Our Baton Rouge hometown event, one of our local models, Victoria, during the burnout contest, she actually jumped into one of the cars while they were doing a burnout. It was cool. It was safe. It was a convertible Miata, made for some really good footage. She just did it for fun, kind of on the fly, in the moment, having a good time. And same event next year, I was there, I was filming, and she was also modeling the event. Well, there happened to be a mini truck in the burnout contest. It's doing a mean burnout, looked really good, and I remembered her jumping in that Miata the year before. So I'm thinking to myself, hey, they should jump into the back of this truck. That would make for a really cool video. Well, luckily, just before I tell them to jump into the back of the truck, kind of pops into my head, you know what, I better check the back of the truck. Make sure, you know, there's not tools or something back there. Well, it's real smoky and it was kind of hard to see, but eventually I looked at the truck and I noticed there was no bed to this truck. It was one of those really slammed, bagged trucks where it slams so low that they actually have to cut the bed out of the truck. So you can see the tires from the bed of the truck spinning. And oh my God, I trembled just to think what would have happened if Victoria and the other models jumped into the back of this truck while it's doing a burnout. I mean, they literally would have just been ground up by the tires. It's scary to think of that. So yes, ever since then, I don't even consider people getting into cars or trucks or anything during the burnout contest. It's cool, it's fun and all, but it's just too dangerous. Too many what-if situations can happen with that. We also have stereo contests. It's at our event. Stereo contest doesn't really translate too well on film, but we like to do hair tricks. I don't know if you know what a hair trick is, but that's when we put somebody in the cabin of the car, turn up the stereo so loud, and the sound, the woofers are moving so fast, it's moving air in the cabin, and it makes your hair stand up. We like to do that with some of the models. It makes for some good promo footage. And one year we had one of our models. I asked her to do it. She was a trooper. She decided to do it, and of course, you know, she didn't want to do it, but she still did, you know, just because you have to spend like 20, 30 minutes afterwards combing your hair, getting the knots out. Anyway, she did it. We got the footage, but it was crazy. The guy's stereo was so loud that the windshield actually exploded. Glass in her face, glass in her hair, glass all over her body. I remember having to call in track management over the radio asking, hey guys, do you have a shower? I need my model to take a shower to get glass out of her hair. Anyway, it happened. So we're kind of limited on doing hair tricks ever since that incident. Speaking of models, we've had some crazy things happen with our models. This was at our Topeka, Kansas event. I'll never forget. We had a model, and I was there. I saw it happen firsthand. She gets out of her car, and I guess she was busy. She just had a lot of stuff going on in her head. She slams the door, and it closes right on her thumb. And I could remember the look on her face. She didn't scream or cry anything, but you could just see like, oh no, I just broke my thumb. Sure enough, she did. She had to go to the emergency room. She went and had it splinted up. But the crazy thing is, she actually came back that day, later in the day, finished the event, worked the event. She was there for the award ceremony. She took pictures with the winner. Super awesome girl. She really stuck it out. And as far as I know, her thumb's fine now. But yeah, that's one of our crazy model stories. We have some crazy low-car limbo stories. Low-car limbo is always fun. Guys, after you go under the limbo, be sure and get off your car. Get off the car. You know, if you want to pack 20, 30 people on top of the car to get it low, that's fine. It's fun. It's silly. It's ridiculous. But that's why it's awesome. But when you go under the limbo, get off the car. Do not stay on the car. This was our St. Louis event 2 or 3, maybe 3 years ago. We had some people on the car. One person fell off and actually got ran over a little bit by the car. Had to go to the hospital. Guys, get off the car. After the car goes under the limbo, get off and do not get back on until just before the limbo. One year at our Tucson event, we had a contestant. Well, it wasn't really a contestant. It was somebody going under the limbo just for fun. They weren't actually a contestant. It was somebody, I think it was a handicapped person on a scooter. You know what? You can do that for fun. It's not eligible to win, but if people want to go under the limbo, if children want to go under limbo under their toys, that's fine. Or somebody under the scooter, it's fine. It's just for fun. It's just for exhibition. But this person ran into the car that was in front of her. It was an Elise. I don't think there was any damage to the car. Now, I think she was drinking. She says she wasn't drinking. It's fine. You can drink at Import Face Off, have a good time, but don't go drinking and driving. You know, whether it's a car or a scooter, please no drinking and driving at Import Face Off. Have a good time. It's tailgate atmosphere. You can drink, just no glass bottles and no drinking and driving. All right, so that's some of our crazy, fun, interesting stories who happened at Import Face Off. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like it. Please subscribe. Please comment and even hit that little bell notification. It really helps out the channel. The bigger the channel, the better channel, the more coverage of you guys that we can provide. And hope you have a good day.